let's keep working on the building here, and let's have a look at the roof maybe. Okay, so we've got that piece. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just duplicate that and bring it up. I think I'll make it a little bit less tall. Let's take the whole thing, scale shift Z, pull it out just a little bit like that. Okay, so we got that piece. Now I'm going to take that, duplicate it again, pull it up, and I'm going to grab this top face and pull it like that, scale it out, hold shift and scale it out, but maybe scale shift Z just a little bit, not that much, just underneath that piece there. Alright, so we have that. Now we can go into UV editing. Let's see it here. Turn that on. We can scale it. Something like that. And then what I'll do is, let's go back to layout. Maybe I'll take this piece one more time, duplicate it, and pull it up. And just pull that out there. Maybe I'll actually make this a bit bigger, scale shift Z. So it goes like that. Alright, so we have a bit of a roof. You can put other stuff on there if you wanted. But let's work on the walkway here. Let's see, let's take this piece. I'll turn on snapping for the moment. I'm going to just shift D, pull that out there, pull that into there, and then I'm going to pull it down until we're about at this level here. Let's see if I go one more. It's a bit too far. So go to there, I think. And I'm going to take another piece, shift D, and snap it to there, like that. And I'm going to take those and join them together. And I'm going to drop an edge loop in here. Let's see. There. Maybe just wherever it drops. See if I can. Actually, I need to merge those. Should have done that first. Maybe I'll dissolve that edge and see. There we go. Let's try that. Press 1 for vertex selection. Select that vertex and get rid of it. And let's see. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to join those. I'm going to press J, and then I'm going to get rid of that. And I think what I want to do is select all these vertices. I'm going to bring them back a little bit like that, and then we can fix that up if need be. Bricks aren't too bad as they are. We could potentially come down here and delete maybe those faces. Have that. I'll take this and I'll extend it a bit further. Okay, so that's one piece there. Let's take that and slide it over, and let's just do I want to keep it like this, or do I want to get rid of those edges? I might get rid of those edges and just have to fill it all like that. I'm going to extrude it over a little bit like that. Let's take that and try a cube project, and I will pack it here. No, I'll use Blender. We'll pack it, and I'll rotate it 90. Not worrying about the top, just this part. And then all I'm going to do is scale it so it's similar to these. Just S to scale. Something like that is okay. The front one, what was that? I'm going to rotate 90. And I may play with the positioning to line it up. I press GY, and then just, no, that's okay like that. Okay, let's see. Let's take this. Actually, do I want a front piece? Let me just think about that for a second. I might want it to go out a little bit and have the post end there. Now, how does that? That didn't appreciably. Well, it did actually. So I may need to do that again. Yeah, let's see if I get rid of that. I may need to join it all up again. Just take that and I'm going to get rid of these again. Oh, not that. I'll just do it one more time. X faces and some more back there. What have I got? Just that, right? There, I got a little part there. Okay. Now I'll extrude that out. Oh, what am I doing? Not too thick. Something like that. Okay, back to here. And cube project. Okay, that's good. So now I'll just scale a bit maybe. What's that? Maybe like that. Okay. Okay, we'll see. Now this, oh, stuff on the bottom is there? Nah, I didn't do a very nice job of this. All right, well, we can clean it up anyhow. We'll get rid of those. There, yeah, that was messy. And what do we got? Okay, well, we can get rid of the bottom faces as well. And just want to make sure, yeah, there's a couple extra vertices I don't need. All right, so I'll just dissolve those. And those, yeah, that was messy. There we go. All right, let's throw a bevel on this. More for this edge here because I'm going to take these faces, press 3, select these faces, hold shift, get all these faces. I'm going to shift D to duplicate, just pull it up a little bit. P to break it out. Take that. Let's scale that in the X a little bit so it overhangs. Okay, like that. Now that's actually not going to have the brick on there. That's going to have the concrete, but I'll have to unwrap it in a minute, but I'll just do that. And then we'll come over and there's a bevel on there. Let's use solidify and try solidify. If we come out like this, I'm going to apply that. Come in here and there's a bevel already. I don't need to. So what I'll do is I'll take this. I think I'm going to need to pull this out just a little bit. See, it's at the same level. Just do that. Take that and we'll go to UV editing and cube project and pack and see what we think of that. Alright, that's not too bad. I can go ahead, they both have the bevel on it, so I can go ahead and join those. And my 3D cursor should be in the middle, so let's try. Set the origin to the 3D cursor and mirror it. I'm going to try a rotation and scale. And there's my little walkway going up to the door. So we could now bring in a plane and move it forward. Scale that in the X till it goes into the bricks. We'll start to make some steps going up. So I think I'll have it come to about there. 2 for edge selection, grab that edge, pull it back. Take this edge and extrude it down. I'm going to need the whole thing to go down. A little bit more. You could start with that, but just before we go any further, let's look at this. Yeah. All right. These are flips, so we calculate outside. For this, let's add an array. We'll put 0 in the X, we'll put 1 in the Y, and we'll put 1 in the Z, and they start to go up, and I'll just increase the count. And I want to see if I go for 8. If I go for 8 and then I extend that back and maybe shrink them down a bit, maybe that'll be okay. I'm going to apply that and take this back edge here, if I have it, and just lengthen it and see where it lands. Okay, not bad. Let's see if I just push them down. Actually, I think that's probably okay. And they're a little bit short, but I'm going to drop an edge loop, Control R on all of these. And then I'm going to pull out a piece to give a little bit more interest to the steps. So there's that, and then hold Shift and click all of these new edge loops I just put in. All the way up, not that one, that one. And then GZ. Just bring them up to about there, and then 3 for face selection. Select this face. And then I'm going to extrude them forward just a little bit, like that. Look from the front, and in wireframe, border select there and there, X faces. So that stuff's cut off. Did I? Did I not? Oh, how about that? That's weird. Okay. X faces. Okay, we got them. Yeah, we got them on both sides now. In case that part's cut off. And we'll add a bevel on there. Try 0.01. So now you can sort of see what we've got a little bit better. All right, good. Take those and do the same. So just very simple unwrapping and packing. And these will have the concrete on them as well. Look something like that. That's fine with me. Just wondering if these are feeling a little wide to me. Let's see if I change them just a little bit. And take, the stairs still going in, they're pretty much going in. I didn't make much of a change. Okay, so I want a little bit of a railing on there as well. The way I'm going to make that is I'm going to select the edges here, shift that edge. Do I want that edge? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to shift T to duplicate and pull up. P to break it out. Take that piece, and I'm actually going to take the mirror off. Look from the front, just sort of slide it over to around the middle. This is going to come up to around the bottom, the middle of the window there. Maybe a little bit less. And I think what I was hoping was, look, Control 3 to look from the side, is I'm just going to pull, it'll change the angle ever so slightly. E to extrude and pull down, because I want a post going into there. And I'm actually going to lower this a little bit. Let's take that and push it in a little bit. Let's bevel these, select these vertices and press Shift Control B to bevel. Pull. There's 2. I think I can get away with just 3 edges just to round it a little bit. So we'll go like that. All right, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to convert it to a curve. And in the curve dialog box under geometry and bevel depth, hold Shift as I pull to the right and get a post. Something like that. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to convert that to a mesh. I'm going to come to resolution, switch it to 3 and convert to mesh. And material, I'm just going to call this metal. And I'm going to do this real simple. I'm just going to drag this down to black. So it's almost like a black brushed metal or flat metal. We can shade smooth that, however. I think that'll fit the style. And then now I'm going to come in here 3 for face selection, Shift Alt and click that, Shift D to duplicate, pull it up, P to break it out. I'm going to straighten this end here, so press 1, select all those vertices and scale them in the Y, S, Y, 0. Okay, now I'm going to take that and I'm going to rotate 90 degrees, push that under, just grab these and pull it up so it's just embedded. Slide it down, but I'm going to have to change the diameter of that. It's a little bit too thick, so I'm going to scale Shift Z and just make it smaller but not in the Z, something like that. And position my first one. All right, and then I'm going to take that and add an array. And I want to be going actually in the Y. And I'm just going to start getting the size and then just add a bunch until I get to around here. And maybe a bit more space and one less. All right, at any rate, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to apply, look from the side, come into wireframe, and then I'm just going to, actually I'll select that whole one and pull it down a little bit. As long as it's embedded, it doesn't have to look nice inside. So take that, just pull it down, like that. Pull that one down, maybe a bit higher. That one, so they're, at least they're even. That one, let's see if it looks like I can get away with that many. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. So select Control L, X faces or vertices, whatever. So I've got that. Yeah, all right. So take these and this and Control J to join. And that is just going to have that black material on it. So I can take that and join it to there. I have it on both sides. Yeah, so let's do this. I want to add an edge loop to this and put it about there. I want some more room. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete these edges, or dissolve these edges anyhow. So I have this shape here. And I'm just going to take that, just pull it out, break it out so I can use it. Select it, F to make a face. I could take off whatever material on that just for now. And let's see. Okay. So I'm going to create a window section up here. How do I want to do this? Like that. I'm going to split this for the door frame. And so I'm going to just, let's get rid of that first of all. And in here, I'm just going to create, let's see if I hide inset. That could work. Or do I not need to do it that way? Maybe I'll use edge loops. I'll do this. And I'll do this. I'll get rid of this. And that's not bad. But what I can do, maybe a bit bigger that space, I'll just grab these vertices and pull them down. So you're going to have that. All right, let's take that and extrude it back a ways and get rid of those back faces. Let's pull that in and see what's going on with that. I'm looking down here. I don't want it over that, but I do want a little bit sticking out like this kind of. And let's first of all see, okay, it's not flipped, that's good. We're going to add that bevel on it at 0.01, good. And in here we'll do some little cross things like that to make a little window up top, and then the actual door itself. So what do we want to use? We'll do, just grab that, Shift D to duplicate, pull it into the middle area, scale in the Z, and we'll break it out. Take that, give it some thickness going backwards. I won't need the back face. Take it from the front. We're going to rotate 90. scale it in the Z. I'll push it in a little ways like that, and I want 3 holes there, so I'm just going to take that there, and I'll use the array. What am I doing? The array's down here, and I'm going to make that 3, and then it's just a question of positioning it. What I can do is I can take this and I can bring my 3D cursor there, and I can use it sort of as a bit of a guide. But I'm going to give a bit more space, and then pull it like that. Okay, something like that. So I will apply that, and I will join that. Everybody's beveled. Okay, and now we need the door itself. So let's see if I can select just the border part. Let's Shift D to duplicate, pull it out of the way, P to break it out. It's got a bevel on it, F to make a face. That's going to slide back in there. And really simply for the door, we'll just make some kind of design. So let's do this, split it a little bit, roll my mouse up a few times like that, maybe split it. And I think I'm going to need one up at the top. What happened there? That was weird. Okay. I'm going to bring one up near the top, down near the bottom. And maybe I'll drop one more there and there. Shift and Control. Get both of those. SX. Pull them out. Kind of going for the same thickness. And then the only thing is I don't want the top to be the same. I want it like a little smaller, and maybe this more, a little bit more central. So sort of some big ones and some smaller ones down there. Something like that. So now I'm just going to take these spaces in face selection. Actually, do I want to give the door? No, I could do it this way. All right. And we're just going to extrude those in a little bit. I to inset. And we'll extrude them out just a little bit. And then I'm going to switch to individual origins to scale. Hold Shift, because I certainly don't want to do much. Just to do that. That'll individually scale each of them. And that would be my door right there. Is it flipped? No. I hope it's not too crazy. Okay, let's get this stuff all textured up. Now this, I was thinking of actually just putting on that metal, because just to give it that dark kind of look. And this I will do in the wood, I guess. So let's go over to UV editing and cube project and pack, and we'll try that window wood, and then we'll come back here and say, I think this piece I will rotate 90 and maybe scale. This piece, same thing. I want all of this to go up, up. I'm going to see this very well. I'm very close up. Okay, that's fine. I think it's fine the way it is. Whether or not we like it or not is another story. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, well, at any rate. So that is what we've got. And let's see about just, I think at this point I'm just going to move everything up roughly into the middle above the X. Shift C to bring my 3D cursor back there. And I'm going to bring in maybe another building. I won't put it so close. Now you could, well, I'll show you this and then we can talk about what you could do. So I'm going to Shift D to duplicate, put one over here, rotate 180 degrees. we'll just make the same little scene that we had before. Little complex here, rotate -90. Okay, they still may be rather close. All right. What I was going to say is, I mean, you could put garbage cans and make a little street. You could put wires hanging. You could do pipes, stuff on the roofs, and all of that. But I just wanted to show you how you could quickly sort of make most parts of a building anyhow. All the windows are open. You could put glass in there or curtains. And yeah, there we go. So quick, simple, relatively low poly building. Let's have just a quick look at the statistics. Okay, for all of that, you know, you're looking at, I don't know, 7,500 verts. So that's it. All right, so if you like that, let me know, and maybe we'll do some other styles of buildings and build up a little street scene or something. All right, take care.